What's up, DJ fan? Welcome to another video on our channel. Welcome to another episode of Start to Spin. My name is Diego, also known as DJ Pretty Boy, alongside my boy Shay, also known as DJ Shay. And together we have decided to start this journey to talk about DJ related content such as product reviews, tips and tricks, tell our stories, learn something from each other, and this, at the same time learn something from you guys, and you guys can learn something from us. So if you are a beginner DJ or you are a seasoned DJ, this is the spot to be. And with that being said, let's go ahead and start the intro.
All right, man. We
All
missed
right.
the music intro this time.
Yeah, we'll see if people notice, and if they like it, they should let us know, and then we'll introduce it next week. But we'll see if they like it. But anyway, so yeah, we're back, guys. Welcome everyone that's watching already. Thank you very much for your time. Again, you already knows DJ Pretty Boy Shay, and today we have a special guest. His name is Jason, and he's from SA Entertainment, and he's been in the business for 2 years. So we are more than happy to have him in here. There you go, Jason. How you doing?
Sir, welcome, Jason.
Hey, what's up, guys? Thanks for having me on. Appreciate it.
Oh,
Course,
no
of course.
problem. So let the people know about you, man.
Yeah, so my name is Jason. My wife and I started SA Entertainment about 2 years ago, and we're loving every minute of it. So I would say we started. It was November of 2022 that we started SA Entertainment. So yeah. So how I know you had asked me, we were talking behind right before we went on live, and how I kind of got it into it, and it was just one of those things where I've kind of done some type of entertainment my entire life, and I was at a wedding one day, and I just said, hey, I think I could do this, and my wife did not call me crazy, so
That's a
yeah.
plus. That's a
Yeah,
plus.
so when she didn't call me crazy, and she kind of went like, yeah, I think you could. And once I realized I had that support with her, we went full force. So I did so much research, and all the main DJs that are out there, I found them. The Rick Webb, the Bar, all sorts of stuff. And because I did not know anything, I had no idea. And I know a lot of DJs that go into the business, they probably have been DJing off and on or on the side hustles for many years. I know, Shay, you were talking 10 years, but you've only been in business for a few years, right? I think 3 or 4 years. I'm literally from scratch, literally said, hey, I want to be a DJ, and started a business, and we've been moving forward. For the last 2 years.
Yeah, one thing I'll say about DJing and having your wife's or significant other support, that's huge, because a lot of times DJs get stuck in this this conflict between their partner and the DJ work, because DJ work usually takes you away on the weekends and on at night and stuff like that. So I've seen it put a lot of strain on other people's relationships sometimes. But the best way is just have your wife join the business and be a part of it, and you can avoid that. So I think that's awesome that you guys are kind of approaching it as a team.
Yeah, she's the brains behind the operation. I'm just the face, right? And it's not really a good looking face, but I'm the guy that talks to the brides, to everybody, and she does all of the paperwork. I tell her, hey, I want to buy this new thing. She says, no, not right now, or yes, we can go ahead and get it. She handles all the contracts as well.
Oh wow, nice. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, so it helps me.
Diego, do you sometimes use your wife helps out sometimes or something, right? I thought I saw a gig log, or you guys went together or something one time.
So
maybe she quit now. She quit LRE.
No, but when I started, it was just her and myself, and just like Jason, she will handle all like the paperwork and all of that, because I don't like that. I don't like handling that. So I'll just show up, talk to the client and whatever, prepare the music and all of that, but she'll handle like everything with like anything in the back. So that was that. And then one day she used to help me carry stuff like my speakers and all that. I'm telling you, she was good. She was there with me every single step of the way. And just she had an accident, and she had an LCL ACL knee replacement or whatever.
Yeah.
And like after that, she just stopped.
Yeah.
So and then I went with Pee Wee, and then like we are a team now. And recently, she just decided to like. Well, it was I think it was like on a Christmas. She was like, "Oh, let's do photo booth," and I was like, "What?" She was like, "Yeah, let's do photo booth," and I was like, "Can we let's talk about it?" And she was like, "Oh no, I already bought it." And I'm like, "Oh, okay."
That's exactly what my wife did to me. I came home. She said, "Just want to let you know. I know you were talking about photo booth. I went ahead and bought it."
Yeah, okay, so that's
What?
because she
Interesting.
knows she's like I know when I like when she talks to me about stuff, and then I start talking back, then she's like, oh man, you're right, but like sometimes you just need a person to just do it, and when it comes to like big investments like photo booths, like anything that's big, I think about it a lot because I'm like, oh, what if I wanted or no I wanted, like how long it took me to get the T7 because I was like, I don't know if I wanted or not. But then I was like, all right, whatever. But then once she got it, I was like, all right. So then I figured out how to like we work it and everything. The only thing is that you need for the 360 especially, you need someone to be there. So I told her, okay, let's do it, but you're gonna run it. I'll make sure that I'll put like I include it on our packages and all of that. But once it's there, you're handling it. We'll set it up for you. Usually when we have photo booth with the DJ, I always take someone else with me, and then I have that person carry the stuff for her, set it up, and then all she has to do like make sure that to run it. But besides that, like everything else is just Pee Wee and I. So, but yeah, my wife was very a huge part of my upcomings, and I thank her for that because
Yeah.
it's if you don't have the support that you need from especially from your significant other, it's going to be a lot of arguments and a lot of fights because your weekends are gone, and that's when you take advantage with your family or your significant other to go out and party and just have time a good time because after work, because I do this part-time and Shay does it part-time, and Jason, are you
Okay.
part-time or full-time?
No, I'm part time.
Part-time, okay. So
Yeah.
we all have wives, so we all
Yeah.
we all know how difficult it is, and we all know that. I guess we were lucky that our wives actually were behind us on all of this.
Oh yeah. Oh
So
yeah. She definitely wants to see the business grow, and she's excited about the future. And we're talking about adding event planning down the road as well. And I tell you, if I did not have her in my corner, and I see that Jimmy from J&D Productions is on, he knows my wife, and he's probably shaking his head yes, for him. Um, but I mentioned Jimmy. So along my journey with creating the business and learning things that I did not know, Jimmy actually with J&D Production, he's been a DJ for over about 25 years, and he reached out to me via Facebook Messenger, and I was like, who is this guy messaging me? And I was looking at my wife. I'm like, this got to be a scam. And he even said, "Hey, I know you're probably thinking this is a chance," and I
his
reached out.
his connection is low. That's why.
Oh,
You're good. You're
Yeah,
back. You're back now.
you're back. You just keep
no,
going out in and out. I think your
sorry,
connection is low. No, that's fine.
sorry, guys. Yeah, so I reached out to him, and it turned out it was not a scam. It was a legit guy reaching out to me, and he kind of realized just looking at my Facebook page, I don't think I had any pictures of it, maybe one, and I had no presence. And he reached out to me to say, "Hey, listen, I want to introduce myself. I know this is coming across probably a little crazy. You can check out my stuff." And I tell you what, it was the beginning of our relationship. We talked several times a week. And I've been to one of his gigs, and I posted it on my YouTube channel. And then also, he DJ'd my daughter's wedding
Oh,
Oh
this past
wow. Okay.
October. So, like I said, talked to him several times a week, and he's been a huge support system for me. Uh, yeah, there's been so many times where I've been stumped, and I just call him like, "Hey, listen, which button do I hit?" Sorry about the connection issue. I see it's keep on going out. I don't know what's going
no,
on.
no,
So,
it's like a second and then it goes back. But
Yeah, I
okay.
yeah,
get it.
I think it's so important. It is super important to have a mentor, and I never had like the luxury or the privilege, I guess, to have like somebody that I could turn to in that sense. But I always made it a point, especially when I was starting out my business, was I reached out to a lot of the other more established DJs in the area and just tried to build relationships with them and asked if I could, join their team. And basically in order to learn from them, because it's one thing for me. I was just DJing in my bedroom and kind of just as a hobby, but to take that and then to go into the event space, the private event space, like we were talking about before, there's so much professionalism, there's so much customer service, there's so many things that go into the working of an event that you can't learn until you actually get the experience. So when I started, I don't have like one mentor, but I have a few different mentors of just other guys that run successful DJ businesses. And then also for me, YouTube, like a lot of these guys, the big YouTubers, Rick Webb, DJ Bar, Spinelli, DJ J Book, DJ Lavish Life, DJ Peck, like all those guys are like mentors, because you watch their videos and then I comment on their if you look in the comments of like a YouTube video,
You're over there.
I guarantee you'll see my name in there. I'm commenting on everyone's everyone's videos, and those guys I consider to be like mentors too. And obviously, I think this podcast and just the videos, the few videos that I've made are all also after watching them. So I definitely think that helps a lot. And but Diego, you might have a different point of view and a different intro into the DJing world.
Well, I mean, like you said, it mentoring. I don't think mentoring, but just to grab ideas. I do what I do. Like the first DJ I watched was a DJ Bar, because I feel like he's more related to me because I'm Hispanic, and like he was like, I think his first giglo was like a quinceañera or something like that. So I was like, okay, like I like his flow. I really like his flow and the way he spoke and everything. So I was pretty cool. And then after that, then I started coming along with like Rick Webb and like J Book. So I started like I watch them every now and then, and just to hear different points of views, and like like it helps you in a way to make your own decisions, and your workplace and anything that you decide to do in the business. It's very important to always see different points of views, because at the end of the day you make your own decision and whatever is best for your business. But it's always good to know, especially like for pricing and things like that. You don't know how much, like for example, when I started, I didn't know how much the price. I thought like $50 an hour was fine.
Yeah, I was like,
So
I get paid. If I was like, I get paid to do this, like that's surprising to me.
yeah,
I've been doing this for free at home, so.
So Jason, when did you decide to be like, okay, I'm gonna start charging, and how did you go like how much was your first gig?
Man, let me tell you something though. When we started, and listen, because it was all on a whim. It was we decided we were going to start the business, and we got the LLC, we got everything we needed to do, and then we went on Bark. We were using Bark at first, right?
I hate Bark.
Right. Well, we
Yeah.
don't use it anymore, right? But we utilized the crap out of it our first year. And anyway, the first couple, I was sending out inquiries, and then first couple reached out to me, and they were actually interested in booking me. And I looked at my wife. I said, "Okay, cool. How much do we charge?" And and then I was like, "Wait a minute! I know because my niece got married, and the DJ charged like $1,200, and it was just, I was like, man, I for some reason I could not say, or I'm weird, right? It just felt weird to me at first. It doesn't feel weird anymore, but it felt weird at first to say I'm going to charge this person $1,200. And my first couple weddings were super cheap, $400, and then I think we set a price at like $450, $499 for the first several weddings and events that we did, super cheap. But I did it for several reasons. I wanted to gain the experience and exposure because I knew for me, in order to advance and to be able to charge more one day, I needed pictures, videos, I needed reviews. So we ended up our first year, we did 41 gigs.
Oh wow.
Wow.
I was pushing, and then still doing my full-time job.
Yeah, you're part-time, doing 41 gigs your first year. That's amazing.
I did. I went 10 weeks straight with no weekend
Wow.
off. I just was going. And
And you're
but I
talking
wasn't.
about strictly weddings, right?
No, the
Or
first.
it's everything.
I think out of that 41, I think oh man, like 25, 30 weddings out of that.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
That's a lot.
great. Yeah.
And they're the brides that don't want to spend a lot of money, right? So,
Mhm.
450 they can do have a good day. And I was there for, I mean, it was 10-hour a day. And it got to a point where I looked at my wife. It was probably month 6 or 7. I said, okay, now I know. Now I know. And as I gained a little more experience when it came to DJing specifically with music transitions, and like I said before we got on here, I'm still a little bit of a glorified jukebox. I've gotten a lot better with being able to read a crowd and know what's what music works and what doesn't. I've had a few hiccups here and there. I think I've had 1 or 2 where I've walked away and said, "Man, I just really just I sucked. I was awful." But as far as packages go, yeah, we were very cheap, and they were. It was just DJ emceeing the wedding, and dance floor lights. So, and I had a gig bar. I have a gig bar too that I utilize. So basic dance floor lighting for them.
Yeah. But that's all you need, for most weddings. That's all you need. I even though, I mean, I know that I need more sound and more, subwoofers and this and that, all these things. It's like the basic stuff you need are 2 speakers, something to play the music from, microphones for a wedding, and then some kind of dance floor lighting, which isn't even necessary, but at least maybe a par light or something flashing. You start there, and then you build up. And my first wedding I did for free for a family member. They were like, hey, we heard you DJ, and we're getting married and we want you to DJ our wedding. And I'm like, all right, then I'm just doing it for free. And then they did all the AV setup and stuff. I just came in and I bought a brand new controller because I was like, wow, I'm DJing a wedding. But that was like my first event, and that was I did it for free. And then before that, like when I was like in college, and I did some like random party, I got paid $100 for that. And so I started, basically the same thing, just getting for experience. And in the beginning, you also don't know how much, like you said, you don't know how much to charge or how much you can charge, making and working as a DJ. So
it feels weird to charge at the beginning. Yeah.
Yes, it felt very weird.
You feel like, I think at that point, in the beginning stages of our careers, it feels like it's too much what you want to say. Like, let's say $1,000, right? You feel like you're not worth that $1,000.
Yeah, like the imposter syndrome.
Yes,
yes.
And that's the problem. And $1,000 is very cheap for a wedding, regardless, And but what you said, Jason, is very, very important. When you're starting and you have no, you have nothing, and you're starting from zero, right? That wraps around what Smiley is saying too. Networking relations with different vendors is a plus, and the reason why is because the more events that you do, the more networking you can do, and the more relationship with vendors you can build, because you're out there more often to different places and things like that. Yeah. So yes, in the beginning, I don't see it as a loss, because you're charging like way too cheap, like $450, $500, whatever. But it's an investment. It's an investment to your business. That's how you gotta see it. And another thing that I remember, you just mentioned that you said like you had those days that you felt like you really messed up. Those days are the ones that are gonna make you better, because once those days when you get that, and everybody has them. I had them too. It's just the way you want to think about it. If we think like, damn man, I I fucked up. Like I suck. No, to me it's like, okay, I did this, but I think I can do it better, and I should do this. So one thing that I do, and I mean, I don't know if Shay you do it or if you do it now, is that when I do my gig logs, and I record everything. Then I'm once I'm transferring, I'm watching the whole thing, and then I'm like, damn it, I should have quick mix here. I should have done this faster. So I take notes of those things while I'm doing my videos, and that is why I like doing. Because if I were just to watch my videos just for nothing, I probably
Mhm.
wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
But since I'm doing a gig log, I'm watching everything again, and I'm going back and just thinking, dang, like I took too long because I like to quick mix a lot. I like to go like verse, chorus, and then out. But there's times that I don't know, I don't get lazy. It's just that I just didn't do it fast enough.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
and then those times I'm like, damn, I should have done it faster. Boom. Okay, so next time. So all those little hiccups, it helps in the long run because you that makes you be better and also keeps you humble.
Yeah.
It will always keep you humble.
Nine
Yeah,
times
that's
out
a
of
good.
10, the client probably is not, they don't know that you just made a mistake.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yes,
I think
We're
they
pretty
don't know.
critical.
for the people, it's like I think most, like I'm just talking like 98% of the crowd or clients that we probably deal with just want to hear the songs that they love and the songs that they know. It's like how
Sure.
how you got there, or like how you did the transition to get there. I mean, I think that's all like DJs. We critique each other more on that than how much like the crowd. It's like if you're just playing the music they want to hear at the end of the day, and they can sing along to it, and it triggers like memories for them. It's like that's the most important part. So it's like I think the skill is such for wedding DJs especially is such a not like a needed part, is not an important part of what we do. And I think that's what JND was saying, and what you guys are saying here too.
And, but that's very true because we as DJs beat ourselves up when we mess up on a transition, on a change, or whatever. But they don't notice. They're still dancing. They're still having fun. But it's just like the perfectionist in ourselves, knowing that we could have done better. That's what
Yeah.
it bothers us.
Well,
So
because we want to get better for the next one too.
exactly,
Okay.
yes,
Yeah.
and,
What
and it
I do
happens
is
to me a lot.
I don't you that's definitely a positive for the gig log, because you can watch exactly what you did. Or even like some people I've heard, they record their set on Serato, so it's the whole thing is recording, and then you can listen back to it. But
Yeah.
so I don't do that, but that's a good idea. Maybe I'll do something like that. But what I do is like if there was something I messed up, or something that I have like this like sheet on my phone that I write down all like the lessons that like one lesson from each gig, or like something that I need to improve on. And then before like my next gig, I'll just read through that sheet. So I'll be like, okay, like don't do this, don't do this, don't do this. And then so I'll have it on my mind, and I correct it for the next
Mhm.
time. That's how.
And
That's
there's
kinda
so many elements. We were talking before we went on live. There's so many elements to being a DJ. That it's when they see when you're at an event or a wedding, people say, "Oh, DJ, I can do that," but they don't see the consultations that we had with the bride and the groom, right? They don't see the work that we put in before we even get there, when it comes to making sure that we have the planner laid out for the wedding, making sure we go through the cocktail hour song, the dinner song, that we have everything lined up. And then you got to talk about the dancing, right? So they don't see all that work in. And then also being able to MC, and then you get to DJ.
Mhm. Yeah. The
That
Business.
that's the
Yeah.
thing.
DJing is the last part.
Yeah, well, yeah, and I think why I was so confident is because my ability to communicate, have conversations with people, and with my wife, with all the contracts and everything, and then I'm going to say I'm a quick learner, but I'm slow to learn. I don't know, it's really confused. But once I learn something, I go, and we've been pretty excited about it. But yeah, there's definitely many elements to the DJ world.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Exactly.
So Smiley said that he did a wait. What up? Let me see this one right here. All right, so he did his first party was his sister quinceañera like
13 years.
13 years ago,
Yeah.
and he used his
Burned it
cousin's
on the
DJ
screen.
equipment. Well, at least he had good equipment. I
That
hot
sounds
wired
pretty legit. Yeah.
my first event. I hot wired regular speakers into my computer. So, and he burns my okay. He used CDs. bought it $100 party box of light and fog machine at Sam's. Yeah,
Nice.
yes, that's. I mean, that's a good start.
He said I messed
And
up. I
then
would play a song. Yeah. Yeah, this is this is something that's happened to me,
I'll play
and
song request
that's messed me up in
before
the past too.
listening to the song, and song will be trash, kill my dance floor, and there will be change.
Yeah.
See, so yeah, about that.
Request.
Okay, let's go in order. So Jason, you first. How do you handle a song request? Do you listen to it first? Do you just play it, or like what's the
If
typical-
I don't know the song, if I've never heard the song,
Yeah.
in,
Yeah.
in general,
You
even if
don't
you
know.
heard it, like, what's your
Okay,
thought
both, yeah.
process?
so man, if somebody just randomly comes up to me and says, "Hey, I want this song," and I've had it happen where, let's just say, what I like to do is I transition, right? So I'll pick a wedding. I did a wedding a few weeks ago, and I started with some 50s, 60s, right? And then I transitioned to some disco music, and then I got into some 80s music, and then I got into some hip hop a little bit, and then we started banging, we started thumping, and then some guy comes up to me and he wants some slow freaking, I forget the name. It was a rock and roll song that had no business being in my set at all.
Mhm.
So sometimes what I'll do is say, yeah, no problem, because. And I just hope that they're drunk enough not to remember that they put in the request, right? But if they come back, um, I've had it happen where I've said, man, I've kind of, I've already played that song.
Yeah, that's a good idea. That's good.
Hey man, I'm playing, just that's not fitting right now. But typically, it'll happen once where it just really didn't. I'll just try to work it in. But I find I like requests because I find literally the people that are really popping, they know what to. They'll come up to me. I've had some bands. They'll be like, "Hey, play this." I'm telling you, the fans will go up in the air. It will be awesome. And I've had some really good.
I think you're
But I've had also
using your phone, right? Sorry, we can't understand what you're
No, I
saying.
think I got what he was saying though, but he was saying that sometimes people that request the song, they'll basically give you like a cheat sheet, or they'll give you like the songs that the crowd is gonna really like. So it's like sometimes the request, he likes requests because they can go in your favor that way, and it'll like set the party off. So
Okay.
that's kind of what you were saying, right? It was kind of cutting in and out, but just the gist.
Am I good now?
Yeah, now you're good.
You're good now.
Sorry, guys. My first live on YouTube. I'll get better next time.
Yeah,
No,
but no,
it's-
I think
it's fine.
to what Smiley said though, for sure. Like I think that's like ideally you can listen to the song first. Sometimes that doesn't happen, but I will always have in my mind like a banger that's ready to go afterwards. So it's like if this song bombs, then I'll just like echo it out, fade it out, and then just play a banger so that I can get everyone back on the dance floor. So I think that's a key point, is like, when you, or if when you're playing a request that you might not really know if it's going to hit, or if it's just any song that you're like kind of taking a risk on, at least think a step ahead and think like, okay, what can I play next in case this completely bombs and people start leaving the dance floor.
So
And then I
okay, so
think J and D had a point about this one too. I take the request and let them know. I'll try to work it in. If I've not heard it, I will scan through on headphones. Yeah, and I'll play it if it fits the vibe. Yeah, definitely. I think that's
right,
like that's like the ideal approach.
So wait, what? J&D Productions. What's his name?
Jimmy.
Okay, so Jimmy, that has the same thought process as I do, because every time I get a song and I don't know the song, I listen to it. I have to listen to it first, and then. But I mean, literally, I only need like 10 to 20 seconds of the song just to know if it's good, if it's not good. I mean, first of all, if I like it, if I like it, and I'm really up for the songs that are like upbeat and like danceable. So if I don't think it's danceable, I probably won't play it, or I'll be like, yeah, I'll play it, but later, or I'll use it as like as a closing. If I think it's like something like really low that's gonna kill the dance floor, I'll probably use it then, or before getting to the cutting the cake, because usually here in Virginia on the DMV, it's after the first dance, there is dinner, and there is like your first dance set, and then there is cake. So there's a break. So there you go. I will use those songs in there. I would just throw them in there before the break, so people just like sparse out. So that's one thing I do. But usually I love when I get requests because it only takes one of those songs for the whole party to like go lit. And from that song, you can start. Okay, that song goes with this song, and then this song, and then this song. You know, some songs that you didn't even think about. Somebody comes like, "Yo, play this song," and I'm like, "Okay, you're right. That song might work. It works," and then you go from there and you start building up. So it's a good thing. It's a good thing. But
Yeah.
Do
you just
you
gotta be
ask your
careful.
clients when you're consultating with them? Do you ask them, do you want request or do you want to refuse quest?
It's in my contract.
Yeah.
It's in my contract. In my contract says that I will take requests, but when I do the consultation with them, I do ask them, do you want me to take requests? It's rare that they say no, but they will say yes, but not from like I had this lady that she was like she said, yes, anyone can request but my uncle because he be asking for
I've had
some
that
like
happen.
like Van Cotton like type of song. So he's like, she said, anyone but my uncle, and I was like, okay, just let me know who your uncle is,
That's funny.
and yeah, so we get that. I get that a lot. So
Yeah, I've
Yeah.
only had like 5 brides say no, no request.
yeah, no,
Yeah.
I've never had one that said no request. They're always like, yeah,
Oh
go
wow.
ahead, yeah. And do you ask for playlists?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
that's a
What
must.
about you,
I
Shay? You do?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I ask for playlists, and I do this what Smiley said and what Jimmy was talking about too. That if somebody requests a song and I know it's gonna be bad, then I'll say like, "All right, special request from so and so," and I'll make sure everybody knows.
Yeah, you did say
But
that
it's
last
like it
time.
wasn't me. Like, look, I would never play this, guys. I'm just letting you all know that it was this guy.
yeah.
And then when it bombs, it's like then if they'll know like, all right, if they're not gonna come back to you to ask for another thing because it's like
Yeah.
they feel guilty about it too. So yeah, that's like
Jimmy does the same
we
thing.
do the same
Yeah,
thing.
I've done it once or twice when it's like, "Oh my, this is going to kill my dance floor."
Yeah, yeah. I think that's a good way to do it. And yeah, but yeah, sometimes with the request, it's that's what I said. In general, I like requests because the people that you're playing for are telling you what they want to hear. So but yeah, obviously, you know, that opens itself up to just the most whoever has the most confidence and wants to come up to you, then actually come up and talk to the DJ. Sometimes you hear the same person over and over again, which gets annoying. And then if a customer requests you to take a playlist, take it. It will. Yep. Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Yeah.
was going to say when I ask when I send them the initial event planner, I ask for at least 20 songs. I think 20 songs is a good it gives me like what they don't like. Um
Yeah.
I've had a bride give me 100 songs one time. I was like, "Well, all right, all right."
I know. I've gotten that too, and it's
I
like,
I get playlists. I get a whole bunch. I get like a Spotify playlist,
Yeah,
and
they'll
yeah,
then
just
I'm
share
like,
the Spotify, the
yeah,
app, their iTunes. Yeah.
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 I like that. I like that because then I can hear like the songs. The majority of them I probably didn't. I don't listen to.
But
So
the problem on Spotify I always have is that it doesn't have a way to like star certain songs or a way they can tell you like, okay, these are the must play ones out of the playlist. And it's like
yeah.
every single then they have to because I like to know when they send me a lot of songs, like, okay, which ones are your must plays and which ones are your like, yeah, we like these types of songs and we if you can work these in. But Spotify, the downside is I can't get like a must play way to
But
you know
that,
from
but
that.
that's when you talk to your client, you need a breakdown. What I tell them is, if you have a do not playlist, let me know. Send it to me. Send me a must playlist and send me your your playlist in general.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
you have to
that way
type
you
them
have
out.
that.
That's
And what I do is the must plays obviously you have to have them, and then I go based on what she has on like their general playlist, and then
Yeah.
I'll like pick and choose what I want to play.
It really does make your job a little easier. And then I'm dumbfounded sometimes when I hear DJs saying, "I do not take playlists. I won't let them give me any more than 10 songs." For me, my mindset's like, "Hey, I'm there for them. They're paying me. I'm going to play what they want to hear."
yeah,
So,
yeah. And I think that's
That's the
definitely
thing.
I think all of us kind of started in the private event space, but I think that comes more from DJs that started
Clubs,
in the bars or the
club
clubs,
DJs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
or that's the setting that they were kind of, you know, that they were used to seeing DJs at. So I think the same way. It's like, well, I'm paying, you're paying me to come and DJ your events. If you want to listen to whatever genre, I'll play that. But I'll also tell them that, like, you know, certain genres I'm just not versed in. So you probably don't want to hire me if you want like a country wedding or like a, I don't know, like a jazz wedding, or I don't know, you know, some other genre I'm not like that familiar with.
Yeah, me neither. So what's Jason, what's your forte?
My forte,
Yeah.
I as far
What's
as
your
what
niche?
specifically?
Like
My niche with
music, like
music,
yeah, your
or
niche. Yeah.
I feel very comfortable when it comes to um, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, and early 2000s. Pop, um, 80s hip hops, pretty good at. And then I've gotten better when it comes to soul music, right? Country. But I feel like my home, where I feel a little more comfortable, would be just the kind of music that I grew up with. You know, coming from the 80s and the 90s.
Okay.
80s and 90s, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Yeah,
yeah.
I'm like
No.
I'm a Bollywood like I'm Indian, so I do, if you guys know, like, obviously you've seen Indian weddings and just the crazy market for Indian wedding events and how
Oh,
extraordinary they are. So
Indian weddings are never ending. They're like three
yeah,
or four
they're
days.
multiple days, and like Indian people are known for being cheap, but when it comes to weddings, is like that's when they spend like the most money
Yeah.
ever in their entire life. So it's like, you know, people, they're willing to spend money on them, and they're big too. They're inviting like everyone they know. So that's kind of my niche, but you know, I play all types of music, hip hop, pop, and
Yeah.
reggaeton a little bit here and there too. But
Yeah, reggae, yes.
yeah.
So I want to say my niche is Latin music. Anything Latin I got, and like the common like top 40s, things like that.
Yeah.
I can do. Things that I can't do is country, and that's just because I don't like it. I have a playlist, and I mean I have a folder of country music I've never used, and I don't think I'll ever use it. But I'll play every now and then if they request like one or two songs.
Yeah, if it's
But
on
I
the
do tell I do tell them though upfront, every client, I'm like, what type of music are you looking for? And if I hear country, I'm like, okay, I don't think I'm the right DJ for you, but I can give you someone that will do it. Like, to me, it's a wedding is very, very important, and
Mm,
I'm not just to get a couple $100. I'm not gonna mess up somebody's wedding just because I wanted to take it and I can't perform. I feel like being a DJ because we love the music. We love the music that we're playing, and we you have to enjoy it. But when you start feeling like the pressure of not knowing or not being comfortable with the music that you're playing, you can
mm.
you can project that to the crowd too. So
Yeah, I think that's where the
Look, it's
playlist
funny what
come in.
Jimmy said.
what?
When they ask why, I tell them it breaks my equipment.
I think that's where the playlists come in. You said Latin music, right? So
Yeah.
I did a quinceanera last year, and she asked me, "Do you speak Spanish?" I said, "No, I'm sorry, I don't." And she's like, "Well, have you ever done a quinceanera before?" And I said, "No, I haven't." I said, "But I'm going to do whatever you want to do." And I said, "Here's what I'm going to do. I'm gonna actually cut you a deal," and I reduced the price. And I said, "Can you give me 100 songs that you want?" And it was 100 Spanish songs that I've never heard before. And we kept that dance floor popping. I mean, it was packed the whole
Oh
night. I was
wow!
just playing her songs she gave me, and it was a lot
Well,
of salsa, a lot of merengue, some bachata, right? And these are words that I had no idea existed. And
Do you know where
and
she's from?
where is she? No, I'm
Where were
sorry,
they from?
no,
No. Oh, okay.
no.
Because you said salsa. It's very like in Central America. You're not. There's not gonna be a lot of salsa going. They do bachata and
Mhm.
cumbia. That's really big over there.
We played that too.
Yeah,
Hmm.
but salsa is more South American. like
Yeah, I think her
Puerto
husband was the salsa guy and the merengue.
Okay, yeah. So Cubans, Puerto Ricans, and all Latin America, they're like big majority, like they're big on salsa. But that's why I was asking
Yeah.
if they ask for salsa, most likely they had to be either somewhat Puerto Rican, Cuban, Dominican, or in South America somewhere in there.
Yeah.
You're talking to the expert here, so
yeah, I know. I've watched his videos, man, and I've used that playlist several times since, because I've had a several weddings and events that it wasn't a Spanish wedding, but they wanted Spanish music, right? So, and I had it, and so that's reducing the price and being a little flexible with that gained me some knowledge and also a huge playlist that I
Yeah, and I didn't want to miss what Smiley said, but so while we're talking about playlists still, so he said that he does not get playlists or songs, on the contrary to what we were talking about, and then on the party they asked for music that he's never heard of, so then he mixes it back and forth on Spotify, well, just fading in and out to not make it that obvious. Wow, yeah, no, I think he's
crazy.
The only one. Yeah.
Yo, Smiley, you might be the only one. That's crazy.
Yeah, he's also done country, but he's got a lot of country hits. So maybe Smiley's confident in the music that he has. That if they got requests, he's gonna know, because he does country too. Apparently, he's the only one here in this on this live stream that does country music, I guess.
I do everything. I've had weddings that are country. It's just not my forte.
Oh, nice.
I'm getting better at it.
I think that's the cool thing is like you were saying though, when with us it's like if you prepare a crate for an event, it's like you can use that crate forever now. So it's like all that work you've done, you can use it at every other gig that you do, which is nice about thing about DJing.
I just don't see myself doing a country wedding.
Yeah, I don't enjoy it. That's the thing, I don't enjoy it either. So it's like I don't want to sit there and prepare that, and then I'm gonna have to go. So I think country music is very polarizing. So it's like, I'm just gonna let that be. I'll hit up Jason and see if he wants to fly over to New York and maybe do the country.
I love New York. I've been there a few times. Love it.
Yeah, let's see. I think depending on what your package is, like be honest, let them know. Yeah, so we can talk about want to talk about packages, or like how we set up. How we set things up. I can start. So, I assume I'm going to assume we probably have heard the same thing on YouTube, and that's probably where we got these ideas. But I heard on YouTube, I probably from Joe Bunn, and then probably from Nick Spinelli and other people, that the best way is kind of to set things up as packages, rather than doing everything a la carte. So I literally have 3 packages. My first one is just a basic package, which is just 2 speakers, microphones, and then I do 4 hours of time, and then my middle package is the one I want everyone to book, and that's the way I watched YouTube videos that said that's how you should set it up for sales. And so that one is like my middle package that has the ceremony audio is included in there, and then I have 5 hours of reception time, same thing, 2 speakers, but then I throw in dance floor lighting and then up lighting as well. And so I want people to book that one, and then I make that one the best value, and so the goal is to get people to book that one. And then I have a super package, which is 2 speakers, 2 subwoofers, moving heads, and more up lighting and more time. And the goal with that is that one is kind of stupid, not stupid expensive, but it's much more expensive because I don't even own subwoofers or moving heads. So basically I've had people book that, but what I do is I rent it out and I have someone else set it up. But basically my goal is to funnel people into that middle package. I feel like having packages has been successful, and then I do have the add-ons on the side that people want to add specific things that I don't really want to sell, but I could. I have those available too, but I like the packages because it simplifies everything, and with weddings especially, it's it's pretty standardized in terms of what people want or what people are interested in. So I don't personally do photo booths, so Interested to hear how you guys incorporate that into packages and stuff too.
Yeah.
All right, Jason, let me know how
Oh,
you what's your like when you started, did you start it with packages or you just whatever, like this it
yeah.
and then
Yeah. It was just kind of whatever. We're just kind of happy to be here.
okay.
Man, and I'm sorry I'm going to cut out, but I'm going to do my best here, guys. Yeah, it was just one of those. We had two packages. One was, um, a little cheaper, and then one was not much more expensive than that one. So, but probably in the middle of the year of last year, we restructured our packages because we knew going into 2024, but also we wanted to raise our prices, so we created more packages. I think I have like 6 packages. I have a basic one like you. It's called the bronze package. It's for
Mm-hmm.
4 hours. Does not include ceremony.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, you
Let
got
me
the
know
same
if you
one.
guys. Yeah, let me know if you
Oh, we
can't
all have
hear
the
me.
same. We have all the same bronze package or entry level package. Sounds
Okay,
like.
yeah.
Yeah,
So bronze package 4 hours. That does give them basic dance floor. No, that's just the gig bar. No up lighting, just 4 hours. And then I have a silver package that is the ceremony and the cocktail dinner reception that does include up lighting and still basic dance floor lighting, the gig bar. um, and then the one that I want is my third one because it's the gold package. It includes the photo booth. That's the one that I try to push
Mm-hmm.
because it really feels to them that it is a deal, and it is a deal because if you book a photo booth, if like they book the DJ, then
Separately.
they go to a photo booth company, they're going to be spending like I don't know four or $500 for 2 or 3 hours. Well, with me, they get the photo booth for the entire event. So the moment they walk in, and it's there until they're done. We usually tear it down about 30 minutes, and then my packages go up from there, where I include the 360 photo booth, and then I have an inflatable like room that you go into, and we can either put the photo booth or the 360 inside of that. It's really neat, lights up. We are restructuring again because I do have moving heads. I have the totems. I think we have the same totems. That's the Rockville ones that they're mobile, right?
yeah,
I hate them. I hate them because they're not that mobile. They suck to tear apart.
yeah.
But we are restructuring them to include subwoofers and the totems and everything. But to be honest with you, my weddings are typically around 100 people. I've had up to 160, and just depending on the room, I've brought out the subs a few times, but typically I don't need them. But
Yeah,
I feel like if I am going to bring them, I'm going to charge for them.
yeah. Jimmy says you need to get a trailer.
I
He's
don't
got a
have a
message
trailer.
for you.
I
That's
have an
what
SUV. Yeah, I have an SUV.
that's what I want to avoid. That's
Yeah,
why I got that's why I got
Truck.
the collapsible totems because I don't want like the yes, breaking it apart it sucks because it takes so much time, but at the same time it's just like the space. It's just like like break it down and then you can put it anywhere. You can put it under your bed if you want, and it fits just fine. So
Yeah.
that's the thing. Okay, so me with my packages, I also have a bronze, silver, gold, and platinum. My bronze one is a 4 hour service, and you get my two speakers, my two EVs, CLXs that I have, and that's the ones I started with. That's all you get. And then my silver package, it has it has the Maui 44 G2s, 5 hours, and some dance floor lighting, like probably my Watch Effect hexes, just those two. And then the gold one, that's the one that obviously that's the one that I also want people to get. That's at 6 hours, and that has the dance floor lighting, up lighting, dancing on the clouds. Because I like using my machine. I like using it. It's just fun. Um, it's a 6 hours, and that gives you MC. So the
Mm-hmm.
DJ and the MC, and then we have the platinum, which is everything on the goal, and then the photo booth, the 360 photo booth. but I don't do it for the whole time. It's 3 hours. You get it for three
Gotcha.
hours, so you get to choose when you want it, from what time to what time. I usually tell them it's better to do it during dinner because people eat quick and then they're just sitting there for like 45 minutes
Yeah.
waiting for the dinner to be over when they can just make a line and be on the 360 and taking picture, doing something different than just sitting down listening to music. So that's what I tell them. Like start at dinner and then just have it for 3 hours, and then after that, like it's just full on party. But now, do you guys, let's say for one of like your, how much do you charge for MC? How much do you guys go
My
for
MC is
MC?
included in all of the packages.
Yeah, that's the
Oh,
thing. For me,
okay.
it's like emceeing is I just say like I MC, but I'm not gonna be out in front of the crowd. Like I do it behind the booth. So basic announcements, entrances, things like that. And then that's just included. So yeah, because I never go out with a separate person. So it's like I don't charge extra for the emceeing necessarily.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah, well, let's answer some of these about there's some add-ons. So we have two add-on questions. Smiley brought up the LED robot. What do you 1K
Yeah.
per hour?
That's
That's crazy.
that's for la hora loca. That's usually what they use it for.
Mhm.
So I don't know. It's very common in the Hispanic lang community that there's a specific hour. Usually it's from 10 to 11, where this robot comes in like freaking thing that's tall as
All lit
hell.
up.
Yeah, all
I've
lit
seen them.
up.
I've seen the videos of them.
Yeah, you seen some of my videos that have it. Okay, so yes, and that is costly. That you want to be like a
Sure.
$1,000 for that.
Yeah, you just
Just
Wow.
got
for
this
just for
guy
that.
on stilts in this robot costume.
Yes, yes, and then there's other people around it, not just him. It's just like one or two other persons, like giving things out, making them dance and whatever. So yeah,
Hmm.
it's pretty fun, but it is a little expensive if you're looking for it.
Yeah, you got
Yeah.
the add-ons for the photo booth as well. So like you got prints, and we just added a printer as well. So now we offer that. You got the haze machine. Um,
Mhm.
sorry, if you do the monogram as well.
Yeah.
So what's funny is Shay, you've said something. So I booked a wedding in November for Dancer on the Clouds. I don't have a Dancer on the Clouds machine, but I booked it. So
Yeah. No.
we're in the market for a machine
Yeah.
right now.
You can buy it, or when you make connections, and I there's like I rent from other DJs too, or I pay them to come set stuff up at my gig. So that's how I when I have things on my packages that I don't own, it's my plan is okay. Yes, maybe I would buy it, but I could also just contract it out and have someone else come and set it up. And I think, and
Yeah.
then timely Jimmy asked too, how often do you rent Dancing on the Clouds? So I think
That's for
Diego,
me.
you have more
Yeah,
you because you own them too. So
yeah. So pretty often they actually, especially
Oh,
for the, I mean, it's only using the first dance, to be honest.
yeah. 10 minutes
So
or like 2-3 minutes, right?
yes, like two minutes, that's it.
Yeah.
But like the effect is crazy. Like it's nice if you get like and hand in hand with a photographer and you tell them, okay, look, at this specific time I'm gonna drop it, be ready. So they get on the floor and then just take the picture from like laying down, kind of type of like laying down type of thing. It looks literally, it gives you the effect that they're dancing on the cloud. There's
Yeah.
so much more going. So yes, I want to say um pretty often. I don't know. You see my
Do
gig
they
list.
ask you, or do you push it?
No, I don't push it. I'm not a. I suck at selling stuff. I do not sell anything. The people like, and I mentioned this before. The people that come to me, they already seen what I do, or they looked at my videos. So they when they talking to me like, oh yeah, and we saw the dancing on the cloud. How does that work? And I'm like, all right, well I tell them how it works, and then that I do need an extra person, because I'm on the I'm on the music, and then Christian it's on the mic, and then the other person is handling the dancing on the cloud, and it's with dry eyes, and you need to be very careful because you can get a third-degree burn if you touch it with your bare hands. So you have to use gloves. So just little things that I do explain to them, and they understand it. So once I tell them the price, they're like, oh, okay, yeah, let's do it.
Yeah. I know
So
they're
and
talking about cold sparks too right now.
yeah,
that
the,
I don't have, and I've
me
been asked
neither.
like 3 times for it. but I don't wanna. I don't wanna do Gold Spark. That's too
Yeah, I'm
much.
not
It's
gonna.
too risky.
Yeah.
It's too risky. I'm not.
Yeah.
Not.
If like I said, that's one of the things is if somebody asks me, then I'll have another DJ bring them. But yeah, I the problem that I have in where I live, New York, New Jersey area, is that the venues are becoming really strict about them, and then they're demanding only certain brands, and that's the Chauvin
The
brand, which is
Chauvin,
like
yeah.
like I don't know, like 1,500 per unit. So
Yeah.
I don't want to make that investment, and then I also don't want to get a cheaper, not a cheaper brand, but just another brand, and then have it not
Yeah.
be able to use it anywhere because of the restrictions.
And that's the thing with that type of investment, that you need to make sure that you can sell it out. So like the 360 photo booth, that's why I was like, when my wife told me, oh, I've already bought it, I was tripping, because I was like, ain't nobody asked me for no 360. Like, how are we gonna, how we? And again, I'm not the type of person that like pushes things, or like, like, I just do the gig whenever it happens. I do the gig. And if you've seen it, I probably only done like 2 gig logs with the 360, because I forget about it. I'm so into like the music and like what I do, that the 360 is like in the back of my head. I never think about it, and then I'm like, oh shit, I didn't record anything about it.
Yeah. The 360 last year was probably our worst purchase, to be honest with you, just because it's not asked for. I think we've done it 3 times since we've had it, and we've had it for a year. And it is more expensive than it needs to be, because it is heavy. We've got the bigger one. It's the Infinity one. It's huge. And yeah, we charge more. We're still competitive with it, but when they hear the price, they're like, oh wow, that's But I barely asked for it. They just want the regular photo booth, and that's it.
Yeah, and I've heard it's like a big operation, because you have to make sure it's like blocked off so that nobody like walks in front of it or something while it's spinning around. So you have
they still manage to do it. They still manage to walk. They still manage to walk through the damn thing. I don't know why they do that.
Yeah. And you have to be careful helping them off of it too, because you don't want them falling off of it. So you have to have an assistant there, making sure that they get on and off and everything's good.
Versus a photo booth is much more like it sounds like people want it more, and it's easier to use. People can operate them by themselves sometimes too, depending on what photo booth you have.
I do. I've done a lot of photo booths, and I was actually doing my main setup, ceremony setup, and photo booth setup all by myself. And Jimmy, I said, I'm bringing somebody with me moving forward. And the last 4 photo booth gigs that I've done, I've had my nephew come out with me, and man, is it helpful to have an assistant with you. I tell you what.
Yeah.
I'm spoiled now.
I never go to any event, even if it's a house party. I've never go alone. I always come. Christian always comes with me at every single event.
You sound like my boy Jimmy.
Yeah, I don't like going. I don't like going alone. And especially some of the house parties that I be doing. Yeah, you need someone there just in case, because people be getting drunk, man. I tell you, I was telling Jay in one of the episodes that I did a party. I started at like 9 p.m. and they wouldn't let me leave until 7 in the morning, and I was just playing music. Yeah, and they got,
oh my god,
fucked up. They were.
What's the longest you played like straight at a gig?
That one from
How
9
long was
to
it, you said?
From 9 to 7.
Dude, that's crazy, man. It's 10 hours.
Yeah, nonstop.
Oh my god. What, they hold you hostage or something in there?
Yeah, it was actually for a it was a New Year's. It was for New Year's.
Yeah. I did 8 hours one time. 8 hours. It was at a backyard party, corporate party at like the vice president's house, and they came up to me, and I think Shay, you talked about. I think you guys talked about this last week.
Overtime.
So they came up to me. They said, "Hey, we want you for 2 more hours," because I was supposed to get out there at 6 or 7 or something. Can't remember, but I said, "Yeah, no problem. Here's how much it's going to cost." Because at that point I was ready to go, and if they wanted me to stay, they needed to pay me before I even stayed. So
that's the key.
But I walked out of there, my feet hurt so bad.
So there was 2 things about that one. So that event, I got off at 7. It was a Saturday. Got off at 7. I had to come home, and then at 12 we had to go and set up for a quince on Sunday. So like literally came home, took a nap, shower, went out again, set up everything, did that quince, came back, and it was. But the reason why I stayed is because they were so drunk that they were just grabbing money and just like, hey, another hour, and just boom, just dropping it on my thing, and I was like, okay, I mean, but they were just throwing money, and then this lady literally just dropped like I think it was like 150 or $100, and she was like,
Yeah.
for the next 30 minutes, just play music from this guy. I was like, okay, don't mind if
With
I
your
do.
packages, do you guys look at your market and kind of compare your prices when you're pricing to others, or do you just kind of say, hey, I feel like this is fair?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Mm,
For me, when I haven't done it in a while, but when I first set my prices, I had looked at and talked to some of the guys in the area, and I tried to keep it at consistent. And I think it's a little different for me because, like I said, I have I have a specific niche. So there's other, especially in the New York, New Jersey area, there's other Indian wedding DJs, and so I try to keep my prices in line with what they do, and then maybe like a few $100s or something, a couple $100s less than what they do. But because the reason is sometimes if you're priced out too low also, then people might be like, why is he as
Yeah,
cheap as he is, so
for sure.
I do use, for in my case, I do use other people's pricing to kind of create my own. But then at the same time, I also have some, like, my basic package is like so basic that you're not going to justify some of the prices for that. So that's why having packages makes it nice too, because I can have a really
Yeah.
expensive package that kind of fits the bill, but then I can have other options for people that are looking for something smaller too, and then also have a justification for why the price is low.
my basic package is so basic that I don't even want it. That's how bad it is.
You don't even,
That, I don't even want it. I wouldn't even take it myself.
dude,
Um,
the
for
ZLXs
me,
are nice though. You're talking about the ZLXs, like they're
yeah. So for me is I only did the ones I called different places when I was making my own packages. I was like, all right, I need to figure out, how much everything is going, and they were like, okay. So I started asking, and then they would tell me the prices, and then since then I just started like, okay, this is gonna be my prices, and then little by little, like with years in experience, I'm just putting like 100 or 150 more to each package, and
Yeah.
then yeah, that's basically what I do now. I don't I in like 5 years I haven't tried to figure out what other people are charging. I feel like everyone charges what they want at this point. You charge what you think you're worth,
Yeah.
and there's gonna be a DJ, a price DJ for everyone.
Hmm.
The sun shines for everyone. So,
Yeah.
and based on what I've heard from clients, like I think they're on mid up, like top, one of the mid top, but because they're always like, oh wow, it's a little more than what we thought, and I was like, okay, like what you want me to do?
And
so
that's
what are
okay,
you trying to
right?
say?
That's okay.
Yeah,
Then that means you're not the DJ for them. To just say,
exactly.
hey, listen, if you're looking for somebody that's doing 400, bark. There's always somebody there. So
Yeah, we got the 500 ones.
yeah, and that's where I was last year. I mean, that's
Hmm.
where I was, and I was the person at the bottom when the other DJs are saying, "Hey, well, I guess I'm not your DJ," and I'm like, "I'm your DJ. I'm your DJ."
Hmm.
But
So
that's also fine because that's how you start.
yeah,
That's how everybody starts. And once you start realizing and getting the knowledge and learning and all that and becoming better, then you realize that okay, it's time for me to build up and go up on my prices if I want better equipment. Now that I just said that, it's popped in my head. So looking back in your 2 years ago, do you still have the same equipment or have you upgraded? And
no,
since
so
you
yeah, I almost got the EVs, but I got some pretty good speakers. So I got the JBL Eon 715s, and then also I got the
oh, okay,
718 as well.
so okay,
So they pop, man. They're really good. I just didn't want to like buy cheap speakers and then a year later I'm buying more. So I went ahead and invested in, there were several $1,000s for the whole set, and But eventually, we're going to be upgrading to some EVs. I haven't decided if I'm going to do, you know, the whole column thing. I have seen the G44s. I think Aaron Strawn just did a review on the G44s, didn't he?
Yeah, he got
Yeah,
it.
he did one. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I'm rocking the JBL Eon 715s and 718s.
Yeah.
I know Rick Webb was doing the 615s for the while, and then they upgraded to. I know he does. I think he got rid of all of his JBLs
Yeah,
now. But
I was watching that one today, or
yeah,
the rerun, I guess, and that's what he was saying. He now he only does like the Maui 44 anyways, but
yeah,
he did the JBLs for a long time.
they're good speakers, man. They really are.
What about you? What about you, Shay?
Oh,
Have you upgraded?
I had the ZLX 15s. I mean, I want to get a column array, but that's not the only thing I want to have. So I think I'm gonna have the RCF HDM 45s, which are just like beasts of just 15-inch speakers. So and they work well because sometimes I do events like in like some large ballroom, or like I do a lot of college events, so like in some big like gymnasium kind of thing. And for that, it's nice to have speakers you can put on a stand and really project them out, versus like a column array might get limited in that scenario. So I feel like I'll always keep like the point source boxes just to have. But then I want to get the, like, maybe not the big one like the 44 G2, but like a more medium sized column array that's just easy to transport around.
Are you talking about the Evox 12?
Yeah, no, like the Evox 8, like that size, like Evox 8, or like the LD G3, like the 28.
The G3s? Yeah, the G3s.
Like
Okay.
the smaller size than like the Evox, but we'll see.
For like the type of Jason, for the type of events that you do, like 100 or 150, and I think I'm in the same range, 100, 150. If you ever look for if you're looking for a column arrays, if you decide to go that way, the 44 G2s, I'm telling you, they're a beast.
Yeah,
They are more than enough for that. It's crazy that how crisp the sound is. Like every time we're doing it, like we're doing the sound testing. I got Christian and me just right in front of the speaker listening to like how crisp the sound is, the vocals. It's just like it's so amazing. Like I'm really happy that I went with because I was in between the 44 G2s and Evox 12s. But well, I just didn't take in consideration how heavy the sub was. The sub is heavy. It's 80 pounds. Each sub.
Yeah.
That's the crazy part.
It was pretty
the
heavy.
EVs like aren't that loud, but then they're lighter too. That's the thing.
Well, like Jimmy said, the EKX line, they're pretty good. They're
Dude,
pretty good.
His system is legit. Like their speakers, man, are just, man, do they? He also, so like if he's in a huge room, the event that I went to, and it was in St. Augustine, he had his 15s and his subs on up front, obviously, right? And it was such a huge room. He put his EV12s in the back to help with the echo, so there was no echo. So it's legit. Like it's a really good sound.
Now, are you guys into 12 on 18s or 15 on 18s? Which one you think sounds better? Personally, I think 12 on 18s are the best.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. That's what I've heard. But again, I've never even owned a sub, so I can't say.
They're heavy. They're heavy. But I'm looking at. I mean, I've been looking at the column just because of mobility, right?
Yeah,
as a single op, it's just
We're mobile DJs. We need to be mobile, like mobile, easy to transmit. Like
and then stay mobile, like for more years too. So like our backs and our health too. So that's also why.
That's why I got the rock and roller, because if you see like
I commented on your thing. Remember, you're
like literally
walking.
I had to carry the thing. It's crazy.
You'll have to check out Jimmy's stuff, man. He has this one package that it's a freaking light show, dude. And he has a DJ that goes with him on every event, and his name is Steve, and he's been DJing for like 35, 40 years, I think, maybe 35. And he's from, I think he's from New York, and he's an old school DJ. He still has the turntables, like the old school turntables. Yeah. So he's
talking about turntables.
Yeah.
No, next time, bro, we're gonna we gotta wrap it up for today.
Yeah, I got a Rev 1.
Yeah, Rev 1. Oh, he has a Rev 1 too.
Rev 1.
I'll be upgrading to maybe the 1000. But right now it works for me.
Yeah. No, I'm all about the portability because like the mobile DJ thing. So I could upgrade, and I'd like to upgrade, but this thing is so light, and it keeps my booth so light. So that's why I'm just sticking to the Rev 1.
Yeah. Well, hey,
I'm
thanks for having me, guys.
saying.
Yeah.
I'm
Oh,
just
what is
saying.
that? What is that?
It's the Hercules T7. I just got it.
Gotcha.
Oh,
I have to look at Hercules at all. I have to look at that.
Yeah, it's very nice. So there's spinning platters,
Okay.
belt driven, and it's amazing. It's really cool to play with. The only thing I will say is we have to go into like you have to use it with Serato Pro, because with Serato, it comes with Serato Lite and DUs, but it's so like DUs. I think it just sucks. And Serato Lite, you're very limited to what you can do, and you can only use like 4 pads instead of the 8 pads with Serato Lite. So if you have the license with Serato Pro, I don't know what software you use, but if you have Serato
Serato.
Pro, okay. So Serato Pro, if you have the license, this controller, it's amazing. I really like it. I did some stuff on my
Yeah, you
thing.
made a review on that one too.
I made a review on it, yeah.
Yeah, the Rev 7.
And I'll probably post it, but I even have my daughter doing a mixing. Like I got her mix 2 songs because of the beat match guy thingy that's in this. So it tells you when you needed to speed up or slow down, and then when your bit grid is aligned, it tells you, it goes green, and it tells you like, okay, you're good, you can transfer, like you can change the song now. So it's pretty cool for like beginners and intermediate DJs, and I feel like I fall in the intermediate one. So, but yeah, all right, well, oh, then 1:11. Okay, yeah, we let's stop it right here, and we will resume next week. Thank you guys, everyone.
Thanks.
Jimmy, thank you for all the comments. It's
Jimmy
so
and
crazy.
Smiley, they were here the whole time.
And Smiley.
Yeah.
You're the
thank
real
you.
ones.
Thank you. Thanks for having me, guys. I appreciate it.
Yeah, it was great. Great meeting you and great talking to you.
Yeah, thank you for your time as well.
Absolutely, man. Hope I can come back on one day.
Yeah, look for me in the comments of your videos. I'll be there.
Yeah, I checked you out yesterday. I saw you. That made me feel like it. I was like, oh, have I been missing something this whole time? So I haven't had an opportunity to look at it to see.
Yeah, check it out. Check it out. It's there. I saw it online, so I think you'll be able to find that.
Shay is always in everyone's comments, so yeah, you'll find him somewhere.
But he was very nice about it. You were very nice about it, so I appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Yeah, no, of course, man, of course. But yeah, great.
Yeah,
it was great.
Very nice.
Great talking to you, and thanks for joining Jimmy. Also, we got a 2-in-1. We got Jimmy and Jason today. Thanks to Jason. So thanks for joining.
We have to get Jimmy in here, man. He's like more seasoned than us, so we can learn a lot from him.
Yeah, absolutely. Wealth of knowledge right there. All right, thanks, guys.
All right,
guys. You have a good one.
All right, see you.